Have you ever wondered how a small decision can completely change the direction of your life? Today's story reveals that truth in a beautiful and powerful way. Once upon a time, a great monk was lying on his deathbed. Before taking his final breath, he called his young disciple close and whispered, "Remember one thing. Never allow a cat into your life." With those strange words, the master passed away. A large crowd had gathered to hear his last message, and everyone was puzzled by it, especially the young monk. He kept asking himself, "Why would my master say something so unusual?" Even after the cremation, the young monk couldn't stop thinking about those words. Days passed, but confusion clouded his mind. Seeing this, an old monk who had lived beside the master for many years approached him and asked, "My friend, why do you seem so troubled?" The young monk replied, "Before dying, the master told me never to allow a cat into my life." "I don't understand what he meant." The old monk smiled and said, "My dear, there's a story behind it. Let me tell you what happened long ago." When the master was a young man, he renounced his home, wife, and children to seek truth. He went deep into the forest and started living near a small village. The villagers admired his peaceful nature and built him a small bamboo cottage. He owned nothing except 2 simple robes. But soon, a problem appeared. Rats began chewing his clothes and disturbing his peace. One villager suggested, "Why don't you keep a cat? It will chase the rats away." The monk agreed, and the cat indeed solved the problem. But now, a new one began. The cat needed milk. So, the monk had to visit the village several times a day to get it. Seeing his struggle, a villager said, "Why don't you keep a cow? You'll have milk for both the cat and yourself." The monk accepted the offer and started keeping a cow. But cows need care, food, and attention. He found himself too busy feeding and maintaining the cow, unable to meditate like before. The villagers noticed his struggle again and said, "There's a widow in our village. She has no one and would gladly help you. She can take care of your cow, your cat, and your cottage." The monk thought it was a harmless idea. The widow moved in, tended to the animals, cooked, and cared for everything. Her kindness and dedication touched the monk's heart. Slowly, they began working together, sharing daily chores and spending time in each other's company. Their bond grew deeper. Eventually, affection turned into attachment, and soon, into love. The woman became pregnant. The monk, who once spent his days in deep meditation, was now working in the fields to feed his family. One evening, as he sat quietly under a tree, he realized the truth. What happened to me? I had left the world to find truth, and now I'm right back where I started. He traced it all back in his mind. The chain began not with the woman, not with the cow, but with the cat. The old monk finished the story and looked at the young successor. He said softly, "Your master told you not to allow a cat into your life. He wasn't talking about an actual cat. He meant, never give your mind even the smallest indulgence or distraction. Because once you allow a tiny weakness, it slowly grows until it controls your entire life." If we look honestly at our own lives, we'll see how often this happens. We tell ourselves, just once, just one cigarette, just one more video, just one taste of junk food, just one moment of pleasure. But that's where it begins. The mind starts asking for more, and before you know it, it owns you. Think about addictions. No one plans to be addicted. They simply give their mind permission once. The same happens with bad habits, procrastination, or negative thoughts. A single moment of weakness can become a lifelong prison. The mind is powerful. If you control it, it becomes your best friend. If you don't, it becomes your worst enemy. An uncontrolled mind is like a car with no steering or a train without tracks. It may move fast, but it will eventually crash. That's why the monk's lesson was so important. Don't let your cat in. Don't let a small distraction grow into something that steals your peace. Even the great monk fell into the trap when he allowed just one small comfort to enter his life. What started as convenience became attachment, and that attachment destroyed his purpose. So remember this lesson. Guard your mind carefully. Feed it discipline. Guide it with awareness. Because if you don't control your mind, it will slowly control you. If this story made you think or helped you reflect, take a moment to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more powerful life lessons. Your support helps more people find these stories and learn something valuable. Until next time, stay mindful, stay peaceful, and keep your cat out of your life.